Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kate and I love all things makeup, beauty, and fun. Today we're going to be doing a full face of new viral makeup. This is all first impressions. So excited about everything that I tried today. So if you enjoy this type of content, please give this video a thumbs up. I would love it. Just love it. If you would subscribe to my channel down below, and without any further ado, let's go. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be doing a full face of new viral makeup. I am so excited for this video. I've been waiting for all of my orders to get here. They're finally here and we finally get to play with this makeup. So we're gonna start off with this new palette by Too Faced. This is their Italian Spritz Lake Como cocktail inspired eyeshadow palette. So excited. This is what the palette looks like. It is absolutely stunning. I am so excited to be able to play with these shadows. I'm gonna go ahead and do some swatches and then we'll hop right into the eye look. So this is the first row and it starts with Holy Cannoli at the top here. Next is Ciao Bellini, When in Rome, Take Me to Church, Feelin' Saucy, and Lake Como. Right off the bat, I'll note that these shimmers, or the glitter, not glitters, they're not pressed glitters, but these shimmery shadows definitely have inconsistent consistencies. I'm curious to see how they're going to play on the eyes. We will use a glitter primer because we want to make sure that we're like giving this the most fair shot, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the next row. So this next row, starting from the top, we have Toasted in Tuscany, Sinsin, Spritz and Glitz, Spaghetti About It, Grappa Don't Peach, and Espresso Yourself. So for this last row, we have Lake and Bake, Capri Fun, Mamma Mia, Como After Dark, Impostable, and this last one is really kind of hard to see, but it is called Gelato. Super cute names, super pretty palette. I'm gonna go ahead, get these swatches off my paw, and we'll jump into the eye look. So I am super torn because there's a lot of different shades that I want to play with. I'm really tempted by this one here called Lake and Bake. I also really love Mamma Mia and this orange, but I just know that these like three colors, I don't think I could get to work very well together. So I'm super torn. I also am super tempted by the shade Lake Como and of course this beautiful purple shade called Spritz and Glitz. I think we'll lean cool toned. I have on baby blue today, so I think cool toned makes sense. So I'm going to take my Sigma E23 brush from the Paige Corin collection, and we're going to go in with this really bright pink shade called When in Rome, and we're going to plop that into the crease. See where this goes. I will say these shadows have, or this shadow anyways, has a lot of pigmentation. I'm going to take this Sigma E40 brush. It doesn't have any product on it, and I'm just going to go over the edges to make them a little less harsh. Next, I'm going to take this small brush by Ulta Beauty. This is called their small shadow brush. It's a really kind of dense, small dome. And we're going to go into this maroon shade right here called Mamma Mia. And we're going to put that on the outer corner, I think. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I think we're actually going to bring it into the most center part of my crease just to create a little bit of depth. I'm going to take my Glimmer Grasp by Unearthly Cosmetics. This is a glitter glue. The NYX one works just as well. I just can't find mine right now. And we're going to just lay that on the inner 2/3 of our lid. We're going to first go in with this really dark blue shade right here called Lake and Bake. And we're going to put that right in the center of the lid and see how that goes. Oh, so pretty. I love that. I love that. And then on the innermost part of our lid, we're going to actually go in with this light purple shade, I think. Yeah, I think that will be pretty. Okay, so I'm really happy with where the eyes are at right now. I will say it's so interesting to me that the shimmers have different textures and consistencies, but I am really glad that I laid down that glitter glue. I just think the glitter glue allows for shimmers and of course glitters to perform to their full potential. I'm really loving the way that the eyes are looking right now. I know it looks a little silly because I don't have the rest of my base on, but we're going to trust the process. For primers today, we have a couple different ones. One of the first ones that I of course picked up is this one by Glow Recipe. This is their Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops Serum. So we're going to go in with this first. I have heard nothing but good things from people with oily or combination skin. So it definitely is a serum-like consistency. I'm going to really try to focus this on the T-zone because that's where things get really hairy for me personally. I do have another primer here. This one is by Milk Makeup. I just got the travel size because I wanted to see how I liked it. This is their Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. So as I mentioned, I got the little one. If I can get something in a travel size, I'm likely to, just because honestly, I have quite a bit of makeup, and furthermore, I don't want to get something, pay full price, which this is pretty expensive stuff, and then not love it. I would rather have a trial size, go through it, love it, and then buy a big one, knowing full well that it's something I love. This is a really lightweight consistency. It does not feel silicone-y at all. I do feel like the pores are like lightly blurred between those two. My face looks really even. I still definitely have texture and pores because I am a human. It looks smoother than usual, so I'm really happy about that. I also picked up the new setting spray by Milk Makeup. This is their Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. It says to shake well, so we're going to apply this before makeup and after to really optimize results. So, first impressions, the mister is a little aggressive. Odd. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but let's see. The mister, especially at first, is super aggressive. So, we'll see how that does when we're like fully beat, but it at first glance a bit much. For foundation today, I'm super excited. I picked up the new Gucci foundation. This is their Eternité de Beauté foundation. I have mine in the shade 265C. It said medium fair. I'll be honest, I've never heard of a foundation described as medium and fair, but here we are. I wanted a cool undertone because my undertones are pretty cool. And then for concealer today, I'm super jazzed. We picked up this one by Valentino. This is brand new. This is their very Valentino concealer, all day, light lasting covering concealer. A pretty unique doe confusing. It kind of reminds me of humble opinion because it says light lasting, so I'm not sure if that means kind of reminds me of the it says suitable Makeup for Revolution one. The only thing is it's not quite as flexible as that one, and it doesn't pick up as much product. What I will say is that this one, which is in the shade unknown, let's see here, light rosa. It definitely has like a peachy pinky undertone, and it also looks like it's drying
very
down
scented.
very quickly. So we will work.
It's not unpleasant.
It's just to apply foundation. I'm gonna go use my DSMD sponge. So if you are sensitive to scents, and especially if you're someone that really does not like a floral scent, you are not gonna love this because it's quite scented. I will say, upon first layer, I did a pretty decent job on the shade match. Maybe a little bit too dark, but I think that honestly is quite all right because summer is right around the corner. And it's pretty medium buildable, I would say. I'm not really seeing my skin peeking through too much. And then same with the concealer. The concealer is definitely not full coverage. It did blend out despite the fact that I was a little nervous there that it was drying down too fast. So while that's baking, we're going to go in with this by Milk Makeup. Lots of Milk Makeup in today's video. This is their Sculpt Stick in the shade Toasted. When I tell you, I thought this was a joke when I got this. I didn't realize that like people were talking about this and the size, but guys. Okay, so this is my sample size of the primer. This is the contour stick. This was 20 something dollars. I want to say it was $24. Look at this. It's like a mouse. I mean, realistically, are you going to use up a full, huge contour stick? Like, I have their bronzer stick. I think it's in the shade Baked, and it's humongo. Like, there's no way I'm going to use that thing before it expires. But this little mouse was $24. I'm going to first try to blend it out with my sponge and just see how that goes. I usually prefer a brush, but we'll see. Again, I'm just gonna need you to trust the process. I know I look like a goon. I know, Jandis. I really like that this is cool toned because in the summertime, I definitely love my Milk Makeup stick bronzer, but the rest of the year, I'm really going for more of like a chiseled look, and I'm looking to create shadow. So this is how the base is looking. It is a little bit dark. So, but that's my fault, of course. It's not the foundation's fault. I do feel like it oxidized maybe a little bit. I think it looks pretty. So if you're gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face with my, or you're interested in this, maybe go a shade down. Maybe go a shade down because you can see I need to do some self tanner. It is unbearably warm in this room, but I've already committed to the blue and the pink, so I can't take the sweatshirt off. This is what the bronzer looks like. It has a little bit of luminosity to it. Did not try their older bronzers. I heard through the grapevine that they went rancid really fast. This one has bronzer no today. Smell. I'm so excited. We're going to go in with this one by Kosas. I'm going to use my Lunar Beauty dual-ended brush, and we're going to go in. It's super powdery. We're going to knock off the excess and go in. That's really beautiful. I love that. Just a forewarning, when you dunk your brush in, as you saw for me, it was super powdery and super pigmented. So I recommend tapping off the excess. But I think this tone is beautiful, even over a foundation that's slightly too dark for me. I'm gonna go in and apply this with my Alamar Cosmetics brush. I'm so into
Blush
this.
is probably where I'm
Makeup
the most
forever.
excited today.
At one point,
I
made
picked
a
up
blush
this
that was like
Beauty
almost
by
exactly
Haus
this shade,
and
and
this is in the shade
it was my
Dragon
jam.
Fruit
Probably
Days.
10 years ago.
Just look at this.
And 10 years later, I'm still here. I'm still in this neon pink blush era. I don't think it's a phase, Mom. Before we go in with highlighter, we're going to set our face again using this Milk Makeup setting spray. And I need you all to say a little prayer because I'm a little nervous.
Beautiful.
I'm really lightly going in. The sprayer is a little bit better after the initial first couple of sprays. That one was not nearly as aggressive, which I am personally really grateful for. I'm going to go ahead, finish up the eyes. I don't have any new mascara today. For lips, I am going to use this little travel size slash sample size Valentino lipstick that I got. And I have the shade 100R. It looks like this. I think it's going to go perfectly with our eyes. So I'm going to go finish up my makeup off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back and this is our final makeup look. I feel so pretty. I feel beautiful in this makeup. I cannot believe not one thing went completely astray this time around. Foundation and primers, my skin looks really nice. Really nice. I'm sweating right now because again, it is 1,000 degrees in this room. And my makeup is holding up. My makeup is holding up. There are some foundations that I love that break up with my sweat. So for right now, first impressions, I'm very, very happy with the primers and the foundation. I'm definitely going to need to keep practicing and playing with these primers, with this foundation, with the setting spray. I love this blush. This blush is like 10 out of 10. If you're on the fence about it, I really don't think that you would be disappointed. It's not going to be a super concentrated formula that really like sticks to certain patches and then it's hard to blend out. I went in with a light hand, built it up. I know it's a little intense, but I personally like my blush a little intense, so that's kind of a personal preference thing. I'm really pleasantly surprised with this bronzer. A little bit of powdery kickback, but if that doesn't bother you, then I think you'll really enjoy this. It didn't... Again, it's not one of those products that's going to be too concentrated in one area and then is really hard to blend out. I didn't find that to reign true with this at all, so I'm very pleasantly surprised with that. The concealer is medium coverage, and honestly, these days, I almost prefer medium coverage. Again, it really depends on what I'm doing that day, where I'm going, what's going on, what's the look, what's the feel, but I am pleasantly surprised. I think it goes well with this foundation because the foundation itself, I didn't build it up. I would say it's a solid medium coverage. And the eyeshadow, I love the way that my eyes look today. I'm so happy for Too Faced and I'm so happy for me because I want to love Too Faced. I want to be able to support this brand and buy their really cute packaging and love it. And with this palette, that finally reigns true. I do have another neutral palette by Too Faced that I do enjoy, but I want some color. I want bold. I want beautiful. So I am pleasantly surprised. Even the lipstick, this little Valentino lipstick, I did roll it up too much and broke it. I did do that. But it looks pretty and I put it back together. So that's just a brain cell count error. Not so much an error on this part. It's the brain cell count.